Hello and welcome back to the CT Tech Cheat Code audio series. So now we are in episode 6. We are going to talk about the CT Tech mindset. So we're going to get you from being unsure to being a savage, experienced, knowledgeable technologist, okay? As far as mindset. So we know that this job is mostly mindset. So if you're not feeling very confident, your skills are not going to be there and your patient's not going to feel that you're a very confident tech. So in this episode, we're just going to dive in and I'm going to give you some talking points on how you can be savage as fuck. Okay. With your skills, with your confidence, the whole 9 yards. Now, I'm going to talk about why new techs feel like they're imposters and how we're going to get rid of imposter syndrome. Separating your mistakes from your identity because your mistakes don't make your identity. We're going to build competency from repetition, not approval from others, and how you're going to walk in like you belong, even though you may feel like you don't. So we know that CT is a very high demanding, high capacity modality. Like there's a lot going on and, people have different experiences, different personalities, things like that. Okay. So a lot of times you're coming in because you're transitioning from x-ray, you are a student, let's say in a CT program, or you are an x-ray student that landed a CT job because there was a need. You got your registry after you graduated and you feel like, boy, I feel like this imposter syndrome, like I can't deliver and I can't do this because this is so much and this is a lot. Okay. We're going to kill that shit really fast. All right. You can feel that way because you're new. There's a lot to learn with CT. But if you take it step by step, and I have an 8-week checklist that is attached to the show notes there that you can go ahead and it's like a guide on how you should operate in your training. Okay. Like your training has to be set up for success, not for failure. And a lot of places, I think they set you up for failure because they don't give you the tools and resources and the right people to train under. Okay. So don't feel like an imposter. Make sure that you ask a lot of questions. They should have like a sign off sheet as far as your training, on all the things that you need to know in the department. So make sure you ask those appropriate questions. Now we're going to separate your mistakes from identity. Listen, as a new tech, you're going to make mistakes. Let's get real. We're not going to sugarcoat shit. Everybody makes mistakes. Okay. I've made plenty of mistakes, not only as a beginner, but now as a seasoned tech, because there is so much that they want us to handle and your human brain can't just, absorb all the things being thrown at you. Okay. But it doesn't make your identity. It's not going to say, oh, well, you're the new one. You're the one that always fucks up and makes mistakes. No, when you make a mistake, acknowledge it, ask for help, correct it, and own it. That's my philosophy because that doesn't make your personality. That just makes you a better technologist and you grow from the mistakes so it doesn't happen again. Okay. Because I know there's a lot of senior techs that I've seen over the years that like to shame people when they're new because of mistakes. And we should not be doing that at all. Now, we also are going to build competency. So when you're in there doing the exams, doing your training, repetition, practice, confidence, those things are the pieces. So you're going to build your competency and your knowledge from repetition, not because a tech tells you, oh, you did a good job. No, not to say, do not confuse this, that praise is very good because it is. Saying you're on the right track, you're doing a good job. But I've seen certain places where, competency is based on, or if they like you or not. That's fucking bullshit. It's based on how often you repeat those exams, you perfect them to how you want them to come out, make sure you have good image quality, the correct radiation dose, and making sure that your patient's safe and you get optimal imaging. And for that comes with repetition and practice. That's how you're going to get competent on these exams and be able to sit for the registry. Now, walking in like you you belong even when you feel like you don't, because we know new technologists, they feel like the outsider. They feel like they are on that lonely island by themselves because They don't know as much as the senior people that are there. They've been there, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And you know what? You have to walk in, even if you fake it until you make it, like with confidence. Okay. You got to own your training. You got to make sure that you do those exams the correct way, and you got to take care of your patients. And don't be afraid to ask questions, because that is the whole purpose of it. And writing things down, I can't tell you how much I stress write things down. That's super, super, super important. Okay. Your mindset is everything. Whether you have to journal, cry in your car, it doesn't matter. As long as you come in with a positive mindset, which sometimes is not always possible, but more of a mindset of, yes, I can do this. I got what it takes to do the job. Okay. Now I have an awesome, awesome crash course for beginners. Okay. It's the CT Blueprint course. All right. So I suggest you go enroll. So it gives you all the good pointers that you can apply in your training. Okay. So it's really good. It's a crash course. It'll get you, going, and it'll tell you some basic things on when you start your CT training on how to excel in it. Okay, the link is in the show notes. So make sure you get in and stop playing small and get in and be the best technologist you can. So that is it for this episode. In episode 7, we're going to be talking about handling mistakes like a pro. Because, in CT, we do make mistakes. And you know what? It's something that we should not be shamed upon. So thank you so much for listening and joining me on this episode. I'll see you in the next episode.